You won't believe what happened when this 89-pound Pittie saw stairs for the first time in her new home. What started as a heartbreaking struggle turned into the most beautiful celebration of second chances you'll ever witness. Her name is Bella, and when shelter volunteers first found her, she could barely stand. Abandoned in an empty parking lot on a scorching July afternoon, this sweet girl was so overweight that her legs trembled under her own body weight. The veterinary team estimated she was carrying at least 35 extra pounds on her compact frame. For a pit bull who should weigh around 55 pounds, Bella was literally carrying the weight of another dog. But here's what broke everyone's heart the most. Despite her condition, despite being left behind like trash, Bella's tail never stopped wagging. Every person who walked past her kennel received the same enthusiastic greeting, the same hopeful eyes that screamed, "Pick me, I promise I'll be good." The shelter staff at Riverside Animal Rescue knew Bella needed more than just a diet. She needed someone who would see past her struggles, past her size, past everything the world had judged her for. She needed a miracle wrapped in patience and unconditional love. I still can't believe you haven't subscribed yet. And honestly, that breaks my heart almost as much as Bella's story did at first. If you love seeing animals get the second chance they deserve, hit that subscribe button right now. These transformations don't happen without people like you caring enough to watch and share. For 3 months, Bella waited. Potential adopters would stop at her kennel, read her chart, see the weight listed, and move on. Some would whisper, others would shake their heads. One couple actually laughed. The volunteers who cared for Bella heard it all, and it destroyed them a little more each time. How could someone let her get this way? That was the most common question. But here's what people didn't understand. Bella didn't get this way because she was unloved at some point. Medical records suggested she'd had multiple litters of puppies, likely in a backyard breeding situation. Her body had been used, exploited, and then discarded when she was no longer profitable. Then came October 15th. A woman named Sarah walked into the shelter with no specific dog in mind. She'd recently lost her senior pit bull to cancer and swore she'd never get another dog. The pain was too fresh, too raw. But something inexplicable pulled her toward the back kennels that day. Sarah heard Bella before she saw her. That distinctive Pittie, grunt, snort, wiggle combination that makes the entire breed so endearing. And when their eyes met, Sarah later described it as recognition. Not love at first sight, but something deeper, something that whispered, "I've been waiting for you." "I'll take her," Sarah said, before even asking about Bella's history, her medical needs, or her weight issues. The shelter director actually tried to talk her out of it, explaining the challenges ahead. Bella would need specialized care, a strict diet, regular vet visits, and intensive physical therapy. Sarah's response? "That's exactly why she needs me." The adoption paperwork was signed that afternoon. But the real story, the one that's about to make you believe in pure magic, started the moment they arrived at Sarah's home. Bella had been living in a single-level shelter kennel for 3 months. Before that, she'd apparently been kept in a basement. The concept of stairs was completely foreign to her. So when Sarah opened the front door and Bella saw those 7 steps leading up to the main living area, the poor girl froze. Every muscle in her body tensed. Her ears went back. That constantly wagging tail stopped mid-swing. For the first time since Sarah had met her, Bella looked genuinely afraid. What would you do in this situation? Would you carry her up and risk making her dependent? Would you push her to try and risk breaking her spirit? Sarah chose the third option, patience. She sat down on the bottom step, pulled out a bag of small training treats and simply waited. Bella sniffed the air, looked at Sarah, looked at the stairs, then back at Sarah. The internal struggle was visible in every line of her chunky body. 15 minutes passed. Sarah didn't move, didn't pressure, didn't cajole. She just sat there, occasionally tossing a treat a few inches in front of Bella, slowly creating a trail of breadcrumbs toward the first step. Then it happened. Bella's right paw reached forward, testing the bottom step like she was checking if it was solid. Her left paw followed. For a dog carrying 89 pounds on a frame meant for 55, even this small movement was monumental. Her breathing became labored, her back leg shook, but she didn't stop. Step 1, pause. Heavy breathing. Step 2, longer pause. You could see her calculating whether she could make it. Step 3, she almost gave up. Her body sagged, and for a horrible moment, Sarah thought Bella might tumble backward. But then that Pittie determination kicked in, that same stubborn resilience that makes the breed legendary. Step 5. Step 6. By the 7th step, Bella was trembling so hard that Sarah reached out to steady her. But Bella didn't need the help. With one final push, she hauled herself onto the landing and collapsed in a panting, wiggling heap of pride. Sarah expected Bella to rest. Instead, something incredible happened. After 30 seconds, Bella stood up, and then this 89-pound girl who could barely walk started running. Full-on, tongue-flapping, ear-flying zoomies. She ran circles around the coffee table. She bounced off the couch. The sound she made, this deep, joyful aroo, made Sarah burst into tears. This wasn't just a dog playing. This was freedom. Every lap was proof that being different didn't mean being less worthy of love. When Bella stopped, she collapsed in Sarah's lap, convinced she was a tiny lapdog. 6 months later, Bella is down to 62 pounds and climbing those stairs daily. She's become a therapy dog visiting children's hospitals. Because sometimes transformations aren't about the weight we lose. They're about realizing we're finally safe enough and loved enough to just be ourselves. What do you think matters more? A perfect exterior or a perfect heart? Drop your thoughts below.